Hey everyone, and welcome back to another review. And this time, finally, it's Spider-Man, Far From Home, and it's raining outside, and it's raining outside. It's been raining here in Florida, but anyway, yeah, I know the location is very different. I usually, when it comes to reviews, I usually do reviews in the little corridor over outside of my room. Um, I usually do it in the corridor in the hallway, but um, there are some. But my parents are sleeping, are sleeping like over on on this side, and I don't want to disturb them if I'm outside in the hallway. So that's one thing that I need to get off my chest. The other thing that I need to get off my chest is that I have a cold. So I have a cold. I woke up after watching the movie. Like I woke up the next day um, with a sore throat, and I started sneezing. So so if I do sneeze like throughout this review, I apologize for that, but it's something I can't control. So, and another thing, and it's raining outside. Like you can hear it. Like it's raining outside, out my window. Um, and so I don't know how long this. And another thing, the last thing is that there will be spoilers. I was thinking, as I said in my previous video, I don't want to make another video. I don't want to make another video. Because I don't want to, I don't want to waste my time and put up another video. I'd rather just have it all in one video for all of you. So there will be spoilers. So you've been warned. If you have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home, you have been warned. All right, let's talk about the movie. So Spider-Man Far From Home is the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, which came out in 2017, and now there's thunderstorms outside. So it's raining and thunderstorm. Please ignore it. I'm reviewing this movie at the worst possible time. So it's a sequel to Homecoming, and it's Peter Parker. He's back in high school. He's back in school after the tragic end of Avengers Endgame. After Avengers Endgame, Peter really doesn't feel like himself. Like Iron Man, like he really misses Tony Stark. Everyone, I'm pretty sure all of us miss Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, and Peter Parker. It's the last day. It's the last day of school. He's on this summer field trip to Europe, to different types of. Well, they go to they go to Italy and then Paris. I think they go to and then the Netherlands, and then some other place. But those are like the three cities that Peter goes to. One of them he accidentally goes to. But anyway, but during this field trip, he gets contacted by Nick Fury, and we'll talk about Nick Fury later because something very important about his character is, and we're gonna discuss about him at the end in the spoilers. Nick Fury contacts Peter about these elementals, like this fire, this air, earth, and water, and fire, and they're all, and I read it, I did my research, I did my homework. All these four elements are based on Spider-Man villains, but they're not the actual villains. Like the earth, like the Golem, the Walk Golem creature, is based on Sandman. The water is based on Hydro Man. Fire is based on Molten Man, and then the air is based on Cyclone, who I have not heard about. I haven't heard about that villain. So this movie, I feel like this movie is a step up from Homecoming. Like if I have to choose between Homecoming or Far From Home, I choose this one. Homecoming was a nice way to introduce the audience to this new MCU Spider-Man, this new version, this new iteration of Spider-Man. And in that movie, Peter Parker, he's trying to take on he's trying to be responsible. He's trying to take on responsibility. Well, he's trying to take on responsibility. He doesn't want to be a kid. He doesn't want to be a kid. He wants people to treat him like an adult. He wants to do things. He wants to be treated like an adult, and he wants to take on these greater responsibilities. But in this movie, he meets Mysterio. He meets Nick Fury. Nick Fury contacts them, and then the two of them meets Mysterio, who is supposed to be this hero. But we all know Mysterio isn't really a hero. So about Mysterio, actually, so here's what I will say. You know what? Actually, I was about to say it, but then I was like, that's spoilers, and I'm going to be talking about the spoilers later. I'm not going to be talking about the acting. I'm not going to be talking about the cinematography, the acting, because of course it's all great. Everything is great. All of it's great. Tom Holland. Tom Holland. I saw, like, you see like an emotional side of Tom. Tom is just great. He's just great overall. I love his performance in this. I love him in this movie. Yeah, he's really great. He's really good. And then that's it. And let's move on to the spoilers. I got really nothing else to say, cause right now I'm blanking on everything. I feel like oh my god, now it's like really raining outside. I feel like, holy shit. I feel like the only negatives I have, I mean, like, not all movies is not all movies perfect. Like, it's very, very rare. It's very rare for a movie to be perfect. All movies are subjective. And I feel like the only negatives I have about this movie is that, at the beginning of the movie, at the beginning of the movie, I kind of had some pacing issues. At the beginning of the movie, I have pacing issues, but not like, come on, can we move on? I'm not saying like this movie. I'm not saying that like the beginning of this movie is slow. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying like the beginning of the movie focuses on Peter trying to go on a date, trying to hook up and trying to go on a date with MJ, with Zendaya. And meanwhile, and that's like one of my flaws, like the whole romance. I'm like when the movie starts, I'm like, we're like 10-15 minutes in, and we're still trying to build some kind. I just want things to move on. I just thought, like, at a point I was like, is this really there is? And another negative I had was another issue that I had, not a negative, another issue that I had with this movie is the whole Mysterio thing. Not the character himself, because Jake Gyllenhaal is great. As Mysterio. But the thing is, like, at the beginning, I can't, like, he just shows up. Mysterio just shows up at these random moments, and I'm thinking to myself, alright, is this how he's going to be? Like, he's just going to show up? He's just going to show up at random places? That's not really much of an issue. I'm sorry, it's just, like, really difficult for me to explain it, but anyway, that's, like, my, just a few issues, nitpicky things that I had with the movie. I don't really give ratings. But if I do, but if I have to, I give this movie like an A minus. That it's great. It's better than Homecoming. Like Spider-Man: Far From Home is better. Is probably the best Spider-Man movie since Spider-Man 2. Because, in my opinion, Spider-Man 3 was a clusterfuck. And I will be doing reviews, and who knows, maybe I'll do reviews for those movies soon. But in my opinion, I feel like Spider-Man 3 is a clusterfuck. Spider-Man 1 was just... Ooh, I don't even know what they were doing. And Spider-Man 2 was just Spider-Man 3 all over again. And Amazing Spider-Man 2 was Spider-Man 3 all over again. Okay, so anyway, anyway, let's talk about spoilers, because I'm just blanking out. So, let's go back to Mysterio, alright? Mysterio. So, you know, in the movie, Mysterio is this hero that everybody believes in. Everyone believes that Mysterio is a hero. But we comic book fans, we know that Mysterio is not a hero. He's a villain. He's a villain. And guess what? There was a twist. There was a twist in the movie. Oh my god, Mysterio. Oh my god, Mysterio is actually the villain. Like in the middle of the movie, it's revealed that Mysterio is actually the villain, and all the elementals are actually projections, illusions created by Mysterio. Oh, like I didn't see that coming. Well, I didn't see that coming. Well, I didn't see the projectiles, the projections, the illusions coming, but I did see the whole twist with Mysterio actually being the villain. Like I knew that. I saw that twist coming from a mile away. I predicted it. So I feel like it was kind of a bad idea for Sony or whoever thought of the idea of making Mysterio into a hero, and then surprise twist, he's actually the villain. It kind of made it predictable, and is one of the reasons why I gave the movie an A minus. Because the whole twist, we comic book fans, you know, we saw that twist coming from a mile away. We know Mysterio is the villain, and it wasn't a surprise. So it didn't surprise me that he twisted and went from being a hero to being the villain. And then Mysterio is, I don't know if he's an actor. I think he's an actor. He's an actor and a special effects artist, like he is in the comics, like a special effect wizard. And Mysterio, he recruited like a bunch, like at first, you know, he says he's from the multiverse. He says he's from another planet from the multiverse, and that you know, he says he's from another planet, you know, another world from the multiverse, and he recruited like a bunch of employees that were fired by Tony Stark. Like Mysterio created the holographic projection that Tony Stark presented back in Civil War, that he codenamed BARF, like BARF, the virtual reality machine. Tony Stark fired Mysterio, or Quentin, for being unstable. So yeah. I thought like the whole vision, like I thought this movie visionary. Visually this movie looked really cool, especially with all of Mysterio's like illusion, like him casting illusions and, you know, illusions and projections at Spider-Man, when Spider-Man fought Mysterio, and then like Spider-Man, like Peter entered this new, like this world. It's like it was kind of it was really trippy. It kind of reminded me, the visuals kind of was very similar to the same visuals from the visuals are very similar to the ones of Doctor Strange. Like it was so trippy and so cool and so epic. the way it was presented. Um, and throughout the movie, I started questioning to myself, why is Nick Fury so cold? Like, why is he acting so, like, so, not shitty, like, so serious, so rough? Like, why is he being so, yeah, why is Nick Fury acting so rough towards Peter? And then we later find out in a post-credit scene, or an end-credit scene, that Nick Fury and Maria Hill, throughout the entire movie, they're themselves. They're not themselves. They're actually Skrulls. So, Skrulls disguise them. So Talos and his wife Soren, and his wife Talos from the Captain Marvel movie, were shapeshifted into Nick Fury and Maria Hill, and it was like, okay, so where's the real Nick? Meanwhile, the real Nick Fury is in a spaceship, in a Skrull spaceship, like in outer space, like, and it's like, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, wait, what's going? I was thinking to myself, wait, what the hell's going on? Why is Nick Fury? So, like, my friend and I, we walked out of the theater with so many questions. Like, wait, why is Nick Fury? Like, we were asking, we were talking with each other, and I was saying, why is Nick Fury commanding a Skrull ship instead of like a human ship? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll answer it in Spider-Man 3. And speaking of Spider-Man 3, oh my god. The post-credit scene blew my freaking mind. Like, it made my jaw drop. It made me and my friend, our jaws dropped when we were watching it in theaters. Like, in the post-credit scene, we see J. Jonah Jameson. Actually, MJ and Peter, they got together, of course. MJ and Peter, they got together, and, they're swinging around, and Spider-Man, Peter, he's taking MJ and swinging her around to New York City, and they stop at this, at this screen, where it presents, like, this news, and they stop at this news screen, and on the screen is a news from J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons, which is so crazy. Like, I did not expect J. Jonah Jameson to appear in this movie. Well, in the post-credit scene, like, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. So when J. Jonah Jameson appeared, when J.K. Simmons appeared, my jaw dropped. And then J. Jonah Jameson's like saying, "Oh, Spider-Man, because of this footage that we found, Spider-Man is a menace." And what is the footage? The footage is Mysterio before he died. Before he died, he made this video. He recorded a video where he revealed Spider-Man's true identity to the entire public. So yeah, Mysterio. So in other words, let me make this simpler. Mysterio shared on live television. So basically, Mysterio just revealed Spider-Man's identity to the entire world. Like, he said, I don't remember what he said word for word, but basically what he said is like, basically he framed Peter. Basically, Mysterio framed Peter for his murder, for murdering Mysterio. So yeah, so Mysterio framed Peter for Mysterio's death, and he revealed Spider-Man's identity to not just New York City, but like to the entire world. Now the entire world knows that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and it blew my mind. Like, I remember after the post-credit end, that's a huge game changer right there. That post-credit scene was a huge game changer. Like, what the hell? Oh my god, like, I don't even know what to expect from Spider-Man 3. Like, what's gonna happen in Spider-Man 3 now that the entire world knows that Spider-Man is Peter Parker? So yeah, Mysterio framed, Mysterio did two, not only did he frame Peter for making him look like a menace, not only did Mysterio framed Spider-Man, making him look like a menace, a criminal, but he revealed Spider-Man's identity to the entire world. Oh my god. And I'm just thinking about what's going to be happening in Spider-Man 3, and I heard that Kevin Feige is saying that in Spider-Man 3, that the next adventure for Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3, or whatever the hell they're going to subtitle it, the next adventure for Peter Parker is going to be it's definitely going to be it's going to be like a big, huge storyline. Kevin Feige said like they're going to do like a huge storyline that's never been done before, I guess. But yeah, who knows? Maybe Spider-Man 3 they'll finally assemble the Sinister Six. You got Vulture, you got Scorpion. Mysterio died. And they might introduce, and I think they introduced the Chameleon. Dimitri, the guy that worked for Nick Fury. His name is Dimitri, and I was like, Dimitri's the real name of Chameleon, and I'm like, is Chameleon gonna be in a Sinister Six? Is he going to be in the next Spider-Man movie? Are they gonna introduce his brother, Kraven the Hunter? That'd be pretty cool if they introduce Kraven the Hunter and other members of the Sinister Six in the next Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six. That would be a great storyline. And I heard, and Sony is very interested in bringing Venom into Tom Hardy into the Spider-Man into the MCU, and also Deadpool, and also Kevin Feige, Disney, now that the whole Fox deal is over with and it's done, maybe Deadpool in the next Spider-Man movie. But this is huge. This is really extremely huge, because now everybody knows who Spider-Man really is, and Spider-Man is now a criminal. What's gonna happen in the next movie? I don't know. The whole, Nick Fury and Maria Hill, they're squirrels in disguise. The entire movie, Nick Fury and Maria Hill, the entire movie, they're squirrels in disguise. They're squirrels in disguise. But that end credit scene is not compared to this one. So anyway, that's it for my review for Spider-Man Far From Home. I think I've said basically everything that I said. I don't know what's going to happen in the next movie. Something big and something epic. But we won't know for another year, because this is the end of Phase 3 of the MCU. And I know there's other movies like The Eternals and Black Widow, but yeah, I'm not really sure about anything. I'm not really sure if anything's confirmed or not. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about Spider-Man Far From Home. And spoil this movie if you must. And I'll see you in my next video.